It's kind time, kind time.
Welcome back everyone to Kind Time. I'm Pamela Pagano, and on today's episode we discuss how your obstacle is your opportunity with world traveler, model, and athlete Allison Lang. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So now, tell us, Allison, when did you realize that your obstacle doesn't define who you are?
Oh my goodness, that's a tough question. Honestly, I didn't like my body for a majority of my life. I'd say I just started learning to accept it. I was born missing the lower half of my left leg, meaning I'm a congenital amputee from birth. So I'm really blessed to have been brought up by my parents because they threw me into sports right away and treated me like I was no different. I'm so thankful for my family, but then things started getting hard as I entered the schooling system. So I was severely bullied, both emotionally and physically, which is so unfortunate.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear that you were bullied, and during your high school years, you decided to hide the fact that you had a prosthetic leg. Well, what would you tell people today who want to hide their unique selves?
My advice would be not to hide any part of you, because as soon as you're vulnerable, people automatically feel that they can trust you and end up being vulnerable themselves. So I'm very fortunate to have the deep and meaningful connections that I do make.
Yeah.
So.
Tell me how your goal now, so you've already traveled to 29 countries.
Yes.
And your goal is to go to 30 countries before 30. Where do you find the motivation to do this?
When I was 22, I ended up going and backpacking Europe for 3 months by myself. And I
3
met...
months by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So that allowed me to realize that, wow, I can do things by myself, for myself. I don't have to rely on anybody. I just started sharing my story that way, and a lot of people were commenting on my posts, mothers of amputees, saying, I was worried for my daughter to grow up because she was born either missing her leg or her arm, I can't remember, but now that I see you living such a fulfilled life and you're traveling alone, I have all the hope for her that she will in fact have an extraordinary life. And that has become my goal, is to feed that information to younger children.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I'm crying because it's
You're
so
gonna make me cry.
And it's the first time I've met you, but I just feel like we're talking just amongst lifelong friends, you know? And
Yeah.
now let's go back to your travels. So
Okay.
I've seen your beautiful photography, and that's you behind the camera. But now let's go to you in front of the camera.
Okay.
Allison, why is modeling so important to you?
If I'm being honest, I didn't set out to ever be a model. And I hope that anyone with insecurities finds my page and finds some kind of takeaway from it. One of my goals is to work with brands that younger women shop at. So I've been super fortunate to work with Ardennes. And so when I'm asked the question why I shoot for fast fashion, it's because it's affordable for young women, and that's where I want to show up.
And that's where you're showing up.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my, we need to continue this conversation after all the cameras. We're gonna cry so much. I really feel your beautiful energy, and I hope everyone else feels it too. Yeah, they're nodding. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, now not only are you a model, a world traveler, you're also an athlete. So talk to us about sitting volleyball.
For those that don't know, sitting volleyball is an adaptive sport that was transformed for the Paralympics. And you move around with your hands and the feet that you have, and it's fast-paced. And I fell in love with sport, and it gave me the opportunity to meet other athletes like me.
Yeah.
And the resiliency that comes from each individual on my team and on other teams is incredible. And I'm cheering them on full force.
Yeah. That's what's so beautiful about you that I feel and that I've noticed is that you are a cheerleader. Not only are people cheering you on, you're also everyone's cheerleader. So thank you for that. And we have our last question. Allison, what does kindness mean to you?
Kindness is doing stuff or one thing that would put a smile on someone else's face without expecting a smile in return. So.
Wow. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into Kind Time today. Like Allison, I hope that you always show up as your true, authentic self, because your obstacle is your opportunity. And remember to think happy and be kind. Bye-bye, everyone.